Tesla is having a bad time in China these days. A while ago in the Shanghai Auto Show, there was an angry Tesla owner, Tesla driver, who angrily stood on the roof of a Tesla car, complaining about the faulty engine of Tesla. And after that after that incident, the global vice president of Tesla, whose name is Grace Tao, confidently told the press that according to a survey conducted by Tesla themselves, above 90% of Tesla drivers are intended to purchase Tesla again. However, after the number of orders of Tesla cars in May came out, it shows that Tesla is having a bad time in China. In May, the number of order of Tesla in China dropped by 50%. 50%. And in the earlier stage of May, the Model 3, the order number was less than 1,000 cars. So there was much less than before, probably because of recent scandals of Tesla in China, because of numerous car accidents involved with Tesla. And its stock had dropped greatly, something like 5.3%, vaporized $31 billion. So that was a great shrinkage. And what is the reason for that? Actually, the root cause is because of the rise of EV of China and Europe. So the Chinese and the European rivals have posed a great threat to Tesla. And that is the root cause. And Tesla is not ranked top in the Chinese market of EV, actually. And there's two others. The one is Wuling, which is something like a CPV, jointly made with General Motors of the US. And then another one is a BYD, is a car company from Shenzhen. And it shows that BYD's sales of EV in May is very close to that of Tesla. So there is a trend that the BYD will go beyond Tesla steadily. And they have bigger ambitions, actually. And the public relations general manager of BYD has confidently said to the press that their sales actually is larger than that of Tesla globally. So it seems that we can see the very big ambition and the confidence of BYD. So actually, as we know, China is the largest EV market in the world. So he who has won the Chinese market is the winner of the world in EV. And for Tesla, the Chinese market is a main battlefield where they should not be defeated. However, they have not cherished this precious gift of the Chinese market. And the reason is that the entry into the Chinese market by Tesla was overly easy. And that is because a few years ago, I think there was something like 2019. At that time, the Chinese government intended to nurture EV production line, supply chain, production chain, and they gave lots of privileges to Tesla. And of course, the purpose of this was to allow a very strong power into the Chinese market to push the Chinese companies to work harder with a very big rival, so that the Chinese power in the EV can be stronger because of the competition from Tesla, which is obviously a very healthy mode. Actually, at that time, Tesla was lacking of liquidity, and they didn't have enough cash, and it was on the brink of bankruptcy. However, at that time, the Shanghai government offered a great help to Tesla and to Elon Musk himself. And the big value of the Chinese market that Tesla had gained from China has pushed Elon Musk himself to the richest man in the world position. And in Shanghai, where the land and everything is expensive, Tesla didn't have the land, nor had they had any fund. So the Shanghai government gave a very huge privilege to them with the help, with a huge loan from the Chinese state-owned companies, state-owned banks, and they gave a loan of 10 billion Chinese yuan to Tesla. And with this 10 billion, the Tesla had a starting fund, and the Shanghai government gave a large land to Tesla with a very low price compared to the market price. And I believe you have a very clear memory that Elon Musk himself was very excited, and he danced with a very weird gestures in a press conference of the Chinese plant in Shanghai. And he had a reason for that, since he had received such a huge gift from the Chinese government. So with the land and the fund they acquired from China comparatively very easily, and they hired Chinese workers, and within just 1 year they built a super factory for Tesla China. Just 1 year. That was Chinese speed again, as we can see it. And so Elon Musk didn't pay a huge price, and Tesla revived, And after the recovery of our economy in China after the COVID pandemic, and the super factory of Tesla China has become the core base of production of manufacture of Tesla. And also, they manufacture lots of their EV in the Chinese factory, and they export them to other markets in other countries. And but as we have known that when you get something very easily, you don't really cherish it, and you might lose it easily. So Tesla was taken as a VIP to enter the Chinese market. So Tesla thought very highly of themselves, and they thought that it was not China who saved Tesla, but the Chinese people had the privilege to enjoy Tesla cars. So after the accident of the lost control brake for Tesla cars in this has even worsened because of several failure of public relations by that Greater China president of Tesla named Grace Tao. And there have been quite a number of car accidents for Tesla cars. One example is that on May the 2nd, there was a Tesla driver in Shenzhen, and he suddenly experienced the blackout of the screen inside the car, and he was stuck in the car without being able to open the door. So he was almost sophisticated to death. In the last moment, he waved desperately to people outside the car, and who crushed the glass for him. So he survived. Of course, there are also some disputes and some controversies about this. Some people say that that car owner didn't know the correct way to use the mechanical emergency device to open the door. However, we're not sure whether that was the case. Anyway, Tesla, China always like to leave the responsibility to car owners. They either say that is the mistake of the weight of using by the car owner, or Tesla would say that is the car owner who blackmail Tesla and try to defame Tesla, and Tesla always try to push their responsibility to others, even the national grid. One time when the Tesla car couldn't be charged properly, they thought it was the inferior quality of the charging stick provided by the national grid. But later it was proved that there was no quality problem with the charging club, and it was the Tesla's problem actually. And so last year Tesla has sold almost 500,000 cars in mainland China. However, they only caught a little bit more than 700 cars. They caught back only this amount. So that means that there are still a lot of Tesla cars on the road now, which have potential risks. And also that in May, in the United States, Tesla has withdrawn 8,000 Model 3 and the Model Y cars. And many of the Model Y cars, actually, they were manufactured in Shanghai and then they exported to the US market. So actually it's very ironic, since they have the double standards, double treatment for the US consumers and Chinese consumers. The Chinese consumers are treated badly compared to that of the US. So that is a big problem. And also because of the controversy of the personality, the tough personality of the global vice president of Tesla, Grace Tao, and that has put a negative image to Tesla, and this have caused the thing that I have said at the beginning of today's story, that their sales in the China market dropped 50%. Also, well, actually, it's not just about the problems caused by Tesla themselves. They also have a very fierce competition from a large number of Chinese brands of EV, such as XPeng, BYD, NIO, Li, among others. There are also lots of traditional car makers who started to make EV now in China, as well as many other traditional car brands in other countries. So in Europe, as we know it, Volkswagen, car companies like Volkswagen and Audi, Benz, BMW have started to make EV now, and also as well as Peugeot from France. They all of them have started to manufacture EV The market share of Tesla has dropped not just in China, but in other markets as well as in the U.S. market. The market share dropped from 72% in March to 55% now. So we can see the very big drop of the market share globally for Tesla. And for the battery parts, all the EV need batteries, and China has a top battery provider with the name of CATL, and they're the top battery maker in the world, which provides battery to a large number of EVs in the world. Of course, Korea also have LG Chemistry, but their market share is shrinking steadily because of the development of CATL in China. And in the software frontier, Huawei has provided the car driving solutions. And the Huawei's new system called Harmony OS can be also can be also operated in cars, in smart cars. And it's integrated. It's used not just on phones, but can be used on the Internet of Things, including EV. So in this state of age, when the technology is the king, if Tesla even cannot guarantee their advantage of their technique, how can they keep their top position in the world market of EV? So actually, this is not just about the problem of Tesla, this one company, but the overall problem of the United States on the whole. We can see that the production chain, the supply chain of EV industry in the U.S. is behind that of China and Europe, and that is the root cause of it. And for this point, President Biden knows too well, and he is very anxious about that. Biden has announced that they will start the great infrastructure plan, which seems to be here a copycat of the Chinese mode. And Biden has emphasized that the U.S. should also invest heavily in the fields of electric vehicle, namely EV, as well as like roads and 5G or even 6G in the future, all of which are the strong points of China's. So now it is not China who is running after the U.S. Now it's quite the contrary, that the U.S. is running after China in many frontiers. So this world politics have turned. So there's many dramatic changes ongoing, so that we can observe carefully for what's going on now, and we can predict a little bit about the future.